Please repeat. O best of the virtuous, the original King of Kings, Manu, was a great devotee of the personality of Godhead Hari. And thus it is worth hearing of his sublime character and activity. Please describe them. I am very eager to hear. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of the transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees. In the absolute world, there is no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manomishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kalamayam Dalati Sapanantikam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangunam Gaiti Yakripatamam Vande Shri Guru Nityananda Paranamam Shri Chaitanya Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. The appearance of Lord Varaha is the title of the chapter we're reading. So we began with text 2. Vidura is speaking. So Vidura is having darshan, association with Maitreya Rishi. And Maitreya Rishi, being the superior, is giving instruction to Vidura. For the process of hearing to take place successfully, there needs to be a certain attitude from the hearer. In this case, Vidura has taken the position of a submissive inquirer. He is interested to know about the activities of the Supreme Lord from Maitreya Muni. And particularly here, he's been hearing about the activities of Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu is our ancestor. We are called Manusya because we come from Manu. He is the progenitor of mankind. Sometimes people become very concerned about their roots. What is their ancestral roots? So if we go deeper, we go past the different regional ancestral lines, the different racial ancestral lines, and we go to the father of mankind. The more we go deeper into reality, the more we find the unity that can unite everyone. So here, Swayambhuva Manu is explained to be the original progenitor of mankind. Previously, it was mentioned that Swayambuvamanu, as the verse is saying, it's very sweet that Vidura is saying he wants to know what Swayambuvamanu did, what he did after obtaining his very loving wife. And someone may say, why is Vidura so curious about hearing about Swayambuvamanu's affairs with his wife? But the first point is that these personalities are not mundane personalities. They are elevated souls, persons of higher consciousness. So their activities are exemplary. They are worth hearing about. It is not like hearing about so-and-so rascals and their activities, which society is glued every week. There's something on television that people are following. And the character of those persons may not be so exemplary. So Swayambuvamanu, his wife Shatarupa, they had 5 children. And a way that I've used to remember them is Deb Up. Deb Up would mean D is Devahuti, A is Akuti, P is Prashti, U is Uttanapad, and P is Priyavrata. So if you want to know the first children of our original ancestor, Deb Up. There's a lot of acronyms in this one these days, everything acronym, so Deb Up. So he is eager to know what were their activities. This is the mood. We see earlier on in the same Bhagavatam how Sutta Goswami is received by the sages of Naimisharanya. They are very happy. Oh, Sutta Goswami, you have heard very nicely from Shukadeva Goswami. And therefore we are eager to hear from you that Bhagavatam that you heard from your father, Vyasadeva. This is Shuka heard from the new Sutta you heard very nicely. And then there they give the qualifications why Sutta Goswami is the right person to speak. So the philosophy of Bhagavatam is like a double-edged sword. The absolute truth, it cuts in all directions. It is not that, oh, you have the microphone and you're sitting on the Vyasasana and therefore you are allowed to just speak. No. For the child to be conceived, the man must be potent and the wife must be fertile. And then when they unite, there can be a child. So similarly, for the message of Bhagavatam to have its impact in the heart, the speaker must be qualified and the listener must be qualified. So here comes the sword of Bhagavatam. We have to check. What are the qualifications? Prabhupada writes that if one even dares to sit on a Vyasasana, he must be free from all vice. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. What are these vices? No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no meat eating, fish or eggs. If he's free from all vice, then it means he can somehow or the other become a via medium for this transcendental knowledge. It is said of Sutta Goswami also he was a gentle soul. And therefore because he was gentle and humble, he was blessed by his spiritual master. So one must be blessed by the mercy of the spiritual master. He must be free from vice. He must be a pure devotee. Now, pure devotee, oh, who is a pure devotee? Srila Prabhupada was once asked, Srila Prabhupada, so how many pure devotees do you have in your movement? Prabhupada had just started in America. Prabhupada said, Paduna, how many devotees do we have in our movement? He said, maybe almost 1,000 Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said, that's how many pure devotees we have. So what does Prabhupada mean that everyone is a pure devotee? This pure devotee tag is not static, it is dynamic. Srila Prabhupada gave a beautiful example how to understand that the mango, as long as it is connected to the tree, it is always getting ripe, getting sweeter and sweeter. It may be green at some stage, but if it stays connected to the tree, very soon it will become ripe and very sweet and relishable. So, one who is situated in the transcendental platform by following the transcendental instructions of the spiritual master is liberated as long as they stay. Mam chayo vyabicharena bhakti yoga sevate saguna samatityantan brahma bhuya yakalpati. If you stay connected to the process of bhakti, because the process is itself liberated, you are acting on the liberated platform. However, green mango cannot be compared to the ripe, sweet mango. There is a qualitative difference. One is very tasty. One, you have to be creative. Use some spices. You can make maybe a chutney. You can make an achar. So there's value there. But in terms of taste and sweetness, then the Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas, they are like the sweet, ripe mango, very tasty. Therefore, Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamanayam. This Bhagavatam is like Rasamalayam. You've heard Rasamalayam, you've eaten Rasamalayam. Very nice. I was in Maya for exam point in 2004-05. We were there doing Bhakti Sastra. And there was this Mahaprasadam store just right outside Radha Madhava's temple. But they were opening at the time of Guru Puja. Now, if you don't go around that time, then the Rasamalayam will finish. Now we are there, and Mayapur means all the devotees from all over the world, you know. Everyone wants to be a nice devotee, a Bhaka. But now, instead of going to Guru Puja, we are walking next to the wall, hiding to go and get Rasamalai. Because this Rasamalai, as soon as you put in the mouth, so much ras everywhere, so nice. By the time you walk back to offer your flowers to Prabhupada, you want to go back to get Rasamalai. So Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalai. It is very soft and sweet. Shukamukha Dravyasamhitam. It has become even more sweet because it is coming from the mouth of Shukadeva Goswami. Shuka is parrot. It is said also the parrot is very expert at finding the ripe fruit. So if you are looking for fruits that is ripe on the tree, you must look for the ones that the parrots have been trying to eat. Now Shukadeva Goswami is also said to be the parrot of Srimati Radharani. So he knows everything that is to be known. And now he is giving this Bhagavatam after having chewed it. He's chewed it and he's made it even softer. You know, like baby food, purity. You put, and the child doesn't have to chew much, it's ready to swallow. So because it is coming from the lips of Shukadev Goswami, it has become even more tasty. And therefore, the Rasika, the Bhavukas, they are drinking this as their life and soul. And this is what we are meant to be getting from the Bhagavatam. But it counts that we are of some purity to transmit the same message. Because it is said, even the electric current, if it will flow nicely through the wire, then the wire has to be free from any rust. If the wire is rust, then it creates resistance for the current to flow. It's free from rust, then the current flows very well through it. So the qualifications of Sutta Goswami have been mentioned there to build confidence in us that we are hearing from the right persons. We're hearing from the right persons. We find also that we may feel, oh, I'm not so highly qualified. I'm not the ripe, pure mango. Therefore, how can I sit on this Vyasasa? Srila Prabhupada has said that our qualification is that if we share the message as we have received it. Prabhupada gives the example of the postman. Postman, he receives a letter, he takes the letter and he brings it to you as it is. But if postman decides to open the letter says, Mr. Akash, Prakash, please come on the 31st of September to pick up your check. And if the postman is, please don't come on the 31st. Now, when you get the letter, you may nick it and close it and contaminate it. It says, even the same Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami warns us. It is tasty like milk, but if milk has been touched by the lips of a serpent, then although it looks like milk, it may even taste like the same milk, but the effect of it is the poison is deadly. It will kill you. So we see that Bhagavatam is also spoken by so many other postmen who have opened the letter and also linked it to close it, but they've changed the message. Therefore, the impact is that Krishna, who is to be realized from the pages of Bhagavatam, does not come forward. Yesterday we mentioned the mercy of Shri Krishna by saying Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitra, like he is merciful also to the Mayavadis, because the Mayavadis, they like Aham Brahmasmi. But then they try to equate Aham Brahmasmi to the Param Brahma. Param Brahma is different. We are Brahman, but Krishna is Param Brahma. He's the Supreme Lord. So here, if we give the message as is received without changing it, then the benefit is there. Like the postman, he gives you the letter, you get the information, you can benefit. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, in all humility, he would say himself that we don't claim to be perfect, but we are giving the message from the Supreme Perfect Being. Therefore, our message is perfect. This is our confidence, that we are giving the perfect message from the perfect personality of God. So here, today is mentioned, not only is Sri Krishna supremely perfect, but also his devotee, his pure devotee, is as impactful as the Lord himself. Not easy to have this faith, because The pure devotee is not that he is walking on water and he's flying in the air. Pure devotee may have a walking stick, but maybe using glasses to read. Sometimes he's falling asleep. So many pure devotees, sometimes they need to rest. They may think, oh, what type of pure devotee is this? It's not good at cash. The pure devotee of the Lord, his adhikar is that he is completely 100% a Shradhadana, completely faithful to the message of the Lord. That he doesn't consider anything outside of Krishna's desire to be the motivation for his activity. Now, Srila Prabhupada, we can see by his complete faith, especially in the holy name, it was discussed by one of Srila Prabhupada's god brothers, Bhakti Pramod Puri. He was asking some of his other god brothers that you are all very Bhaka sannyasis, powerful scholars, Vedantists, Sanskritists. But why is it that Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, he was successful? And he was, an old man, he's looking at them to give an answer. Because you are more learned. He was a Grihastha. How come he became successful? Then he gave the answer that he had implicit faith in the holy name of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes the same, that my dear Lord, on the Jaladuta, I don't know how these people of the Western world will understand the medals of devotional service, because they are so absorbed in the modes of material nature, and they think themselves happy. Isn't it a fact that we have all these cities, all our vehicles, our high-speed internet, our digital platforms, and we think we've made it in life. I'm happy, I'm successful. Now Prabhupada is thinking, how will they understand the sweetness of bhakti? How will they understand this rasa? But my dear Lord, you have brought me here, and therefore you must have a purpose for me. And my dear Lord, may you make my power of speaking suitable to their hearing. And then may they, when they hear the holy name, find that their hearts become engladdened. And that happened exactly. That Srila Prabhupada says, I was going to this Tongpin Square Park. All I had was my Dundubi drum. He said, I was chanting, my eyes closed. I opened my eyes after half an hour. I see so many people surrounding me. Prabhupada says, they were surprised to see me. And I was also surprised to see them. But then every time I went back, they came to hear. So he had implicit faith in the holy name. So here is one quality we can know that gives us the adhikar to also hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We must have faith, first of all, in the message of Bhagavatam. Second, which is not so easy, we must have faith in the speaker of Bhagavatam. Our culture, unfortunately, is ring ring, Haribol, Hare Krishna. How are you, Prabhuji? I'm okay, Prabhu. Are you coming for class today? Well, oh, Prabhu, who is speaking? Who's giving class? We're going to measure and weigh. Oh, so-and-so, Prabhuji is speaking. Okay, but I know I think I have some things to tie up here at home. Maybe I will come. So our faith. We have to invest faith. You see, the Paramahansa is different because Paramahansa Vaishnava is called Saragrahi Vaishnava. He knows the essence of life and he can extract the essence of the nectar. It doesn't matter who is speaking. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had this habit in his mat that you would hear kirtan and sometimes you get these very expert singers with many alams. Hare Krishna, Krishna. And you would say, go stop this man. He said, all I'm hearing is, where is chapati, where is chapati, where is money, where is money? No bhakti. He would ask, even a devotee who could not sing, you go and lead kirtan. Because the devotee was sincere. So the Saragai Vaishnava can pick up bhakti. Bhakti, that's what they are interested in. Not the decorations. Not the decorations. It is not to say, let us not decorate the offering. By all means, offer the best that you have to Krishna. But the point we are making is that for the advanced devotee, they can actually hear Bhagavatam because they have full faith in it. And they are drinking every syllable, just like the Chatak bird said. This is one type of Bhagavatam hearer, like the Chatak bird. What is the flame of Chatak bird? Yes, it is very selective. Doesn't care for your purified bottled water, no. It wants it directly when it falls from the cloud. It will only drink that. When there is no rain, this bird will fast. So, first class hearer of Bhagavatam, as the words are coming out from the speaker, he is drinking them. He wants it directly from. So, we have to have faith, first of all, in the message of Bhagavatam. Number two, faith in the speaker. Second quality is that we must be eager to hear. We heard here how Vidura is saying that he is very eager to hear. Please describe them. I am very eager to hear. So when there is eagerness to hear, here is an example of eagerness. We all have it, we may think we don't. I come to you, Roddy Prabhu, did you hear what Bhaktivilas Prabhu did? Did you hear what that other Mataji did, what happened the other day? And you don't worry, I'll tell you later. No, Prabhuji, please, you tell me now. What happened? We're always interested in scandal. You heard this Maharaj, what happened to him? Hey, what happened, Prabhu? What happened? We are eager, we have a higher taste for scandalous things, like Gramya Katha. He said this, she said that, he fell down, he stole this. So eagerness is there, but the eagerness has to be directed to this message. So when you are eager to hear, then it's said that you are at the edge of your seat. You want to hear as the message comes. So this qualification is there. Then what happens? The ear opens. And not only the sound comes in here and out the other, but when it comes into the ear, it goes into the heart. Because there's eagerness. it is said also, how do we create this eagerness, this taste to hear Bhagavatam gives? Because our process is Shravanam, hearing. So Sususro Shadadanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Syan Mahat Seva Vipra Punya Titani Sevanat. That Kataruchi, the ruchi to hear about Vasudeva, comes from offering some seva to the pure devotees. So Srila Prabhupada spent many nights when others were fast asleep. He was sitting up translating these literatures. And so it is a service for the devotee to hear these Bhaktivedanta purports, to read these books. Because we may have our doubts, who's a pure devotee, who's not a pure devotee. But definitely, Srila Prabhupada, we can all agree, is a pure devotee of the Lord. Otherwise, how could he do what he did? How could he achieve what he achieved? Without the empowerment of the Lord, no one can spread the holy name of Krishna. Without that Shakti, no one can do it. He did it. So, this is service to hear. And Srila Prabhupada used to chastise his disciples that I have not written these books only for you to sell. It is also for your reading. You must read these books. So any service rendered in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, it helps us to get that taste for hearing. It is pious simply to sit and hear. Shrimadam Swakatar Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. This hearing of Bhagavatam is itself punya. What type of punya? It gives us bhakti, sukriti. When we hear, we will again have the affinity to hear again. And why it is removing the abhadranis, the obstacles in the heart. So we can look at our hearts as like a hard drive. How many people here own a hard drive? Sometimes, okay, even pen drive may not be external. You own? So there is some memory there that is dedicated. How many gigs?
1 terabyte.
1 terabyte. If I say 512, that's almost like, oh, that's useless. They want 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. Now, there is the hard drive of our mind. And that hard drive, the memory is not being extended. It's fixed. If we are putting in that hard drive lots of Bollywood, Hollywood, Netflix, I think Nigeria also has Nollywood. And the hard drive is becoming full. Now when it's time to put in Krishna Katha, the message comes up, memory full. No space. And no taste here because it's full. And now when we sit down to chant the holy name of Krishna, if you close your eyes, then the television of the mind, it is on. And what is it showing?
So many
things from the hard drive. They are coming up. Very nice, full color. More than HD quality. 4K quality. So whatever we are putting in our hard drive is what will come up when we are trying to meditate. Now we are trying to chant Krishna's name. It is not going in and we're thinking, oh, the Vaishnavas, they spoiled my life. I was free before. Like all these people who are running this nonsense place here. I woke up this morning, I was doing japa outside. They are also austere. They have their, it's not mangal. What would be the opposite of mangal? Amangal. Amangal. Kirtan. They have also kirtan. They are finishing off when it's time for mangal arti. Then that's when they are only going to sleep. So they have a taste for that. But this taste is spoiling the taste for Vasudeva Katha. Therefore they have ruchi for that. When we say, come here, no, I don't have time, I'm busy. So also the Vaishnava, we must be careful what we are putting in the hard drive of our mind. And this is a most formidable enemy of the modern Vaishnava. That we have very much attachment for our mobile phone. It's always close to us. First thing in the morning. Okay, you say I'm dealing with the alarm clock. But then what happens, you put it on and you see so many red numbers there, messages have come. Then instead of taking first the process of bhakti, you say, no, let me first deal with these messages. Let me just answer the messages, then I will. So we have woken up on time. The phone did its job, woke us up. But we woke up not to attend to Krishna consciousness. We wake up to attend to, an email here, or somebody liked my photo, someone commented. What is the example set by Krishna in Dwarka? Krishna in the morning, what would happen is that the flowers, they start to open and then they give out very nice fragrance. When the fragrance goes out, then the birds and the bees especially, they smell the flowers have opened and then they start to buzz. They go to the flowers. As the bees start to buzz, then the birds hear the bees and they start to chirp. And therefore the music of the alarm system of Dwarka, then the cocks, they and when the queens of Krishna, when they heard this, they hated these cocks. They were cursing them. Because they know, as soon as Krishna hears this, what will Krishna do? He will get out of bed and begin to do his Mangalati. Now Krishna is the TMOs of their lives. They are happy, lying in bed, embracing Lord Krishna. And now these bees and birds and cocks are waking him up. They're taking him from us. We curse your whole generation. Maybe that's why chickens are the most eaten. They're like the most eaten animal. Poor thing. Billions of them are eaten. Maybe they're queens of Vrindavan. They're cursed. This is called philosophical speculation. Prabhupada said it's allowed and we can extend. So Krishna sets the example. He says, I have no work to perform, but I perform my duties just to give the example for humanity to follow. Because if I don't follow my duties, then people will quote me, Krishna, he sleeps until 9. Why do you want me to get up so early? So that is the example. this Brahma Muhurta is there so that we can cultivate our spiritual life. We can fill the tank with the right petrol. When we get up and then we go to so many social media, instead of putting petrol in the petrol tank, we are putting in diesel. Those who know cars, they know that if you put diesel in the petrol car, Gangamai, finish the engine. It cannot work, it's incompatible. So, we have to cultivate spiritual life in a very careful way. And especially, the opportunity we're taking is to, let's really be wary of how we engage this animal in Krishna consciousness. It has great value, but as soon as you try to read the books from the phone, it's one click away from some other app which is not for reading. Therefore, the books remain the basis. They're the best. There is no message that will come in here and have to swipe left. It's only straight Bhagavatam. Now, phone, all messages come, or someone is calling. So many things are there next to the devotee or the devotional activity. So it's dangerous that even amongst the association of devotees, surrounded, special astras, arrows are being shot just for me. Ding! And now all of a sudden my mind, my heart sucked into the machine. That although my body is sitting here in Singapore, mind is in Spain, in Jamaica, far away because of this. So it is, although Yukta Bharata is there, but this we have to be very careful. So sometimes, just to encourage devotees, it's sometimes not so encouraging, maybe scary, but then we are offering 2 levels of devotees. Try to see which level you are in, what you are willing to do. Level 1, in relation to this, that devotee who is willing to say that until I've chanted half my rounds, I will not bother with this song. We'll give you a pass that you have to deal with your alarm clock. But after that, put it away, far away, and focus on chanting. Who would be willing to take level 1? See, we don't have to just speak here, but we have to get into practicalities. What will help us to be ready to hear the holy name, to be ready to hear Bhagavatam? Means we must start the day with all the right ingredients in our system. Anyone who wants to be a level 1 devotee, there's Jagannath Paralegal Subhadra. You can beg the my dear Lord, I want to offer my heart, my mind to you. You have asked for it. Manmana Bhava Manfakto. But my mind has a higher taste for all these other things. That my hand, we are chanting and we're hearing messages that are not even there. Every now and then we have to go check. So we can offer them, you see they are kind, so that you don't see them in the eye and you can make. We won't put you on the spot to raise your hand, but please, within your heart, you can offer this to the Lord. Level 2 means this life is the last. I want to go back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, I want to give my heart and soul to the hearing. Before finishing my rounds, I will not be dealing with any messages from Him. Unless Krishna himself calls, everything will have to wait. Oh Prabhu, oh Maharaj, this is irresponsible now. We have jobs. But if the mind already has all, it's like a lawyer. It's got all the cases to present. What if it's the job they are calling? What about the children, Maharaj? What if it has to do with... Yes, emergency may come. But we have to plan not to deal with it. If some emergency is there, we are not like machines or robots. We're intelligent. We can do the right thing. But to make that commitment, to make that samskar, then I want this kataruchi. I want this eagerness to hear the holy name. I want to hear Bhagavatam. I want to be enthusiastic. But what are the obstacles to my enthusiasm? What is sucking the enthusiasm out of my life? It's all these kusha grasses of Gramya Kata. And the main supplier is coming through this mobile phone. It's there with us all the time, you see. Television used to be number one, but now television is sitting at home. Mobile phone is right there next to us. Even right now, what you may thinking, when is somebody finishing the class so that I can go check? This is a malady of the age, and we have to address it head on. So this, if we make such prayers and try to make these promises, take some vows, then the Lord is very eager to help us, because He wants us back more than we do. He wants us home more than we want to go back home. We want to be in Singapore. Yeah, we want the Singapore dollar more. Mataji says no. Yes, this is Vaishnavi. We have to come to that. I was telling at the initiation story of when we had first come as students. We were taken to a retreat, some nice place called the Drakensberg Mountains, very beautiful mountains in South Africa. And there, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, he played some presentation about the Beatles. So the Beatles were a famous pop rock band. And the more famous one is George Harrison, who sings, "My sweet Lord, I really wanna see you, Lord. I really wanna be with you, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord." When we saw that presentation, the young guys, when they come, crowd is screaming, the Matajis are fainting, falling down, they are throwing their clothes on them. Their number one record, famous all over the world, handsome, girls love them, but they were not satisfied, they were unhappy. Especially George Harrison, he wanted to stop being in that band, he wanted to join the ashram. And I was considering that these are all the hopes and dreams of every living being. To have all the money, have all the fame, to be attractive to the opposite sex unlimitedly, and then still you think, no, this is not happiness. He wanted to be with the devotees to chant Hare Krishna. So by Krishna's grace, I could understand that this chanting of Hare Krishna must be the best thing available. Why should I waste my life trying to get what these boys have realized is not it, Baba? We are depressed here. We are drug addicted. We are lonely. We have no real friends. The friends just want what we have. So the promise of material energy is false. Maya is always keeping the hope. It doesn't take the hope. It's the same principle. Spiritual life we call Ashabandha. Hope against hope. That some time or the other, Krishna will give his causeless mercy, so we keep knocking at his door. But we are hoping for the reality, and Krishna always gives drops. Maya, she promises, but the carrot is always moving. You've seen the donkey? Sometimes they have carrots, sometimes the spinach or grass. They hook it in front of the donkey. And then they load all sorts of things on the donkey. In India you see, sometimes you don't even see the donkey, you just see the load. And so the donkey, why are you working so hard? No, you don't understand. I will get this grass. But Mr. Donkey, grass is there everywhere. You can just eat it free without working hard. No. What grass? I see only this grass. Because the Dobiwala, he put some blinders here. So that when the guy wants to look this side, he can't see anything. All he can see is the grass in front of him. A spiritual master also wants to put some blinds on us. We should not be watching this show of Maya. We should be focused. It is said, Eke Hakunandana. We should not become Bahusaka. Our intelligence, so many things. How to be focused. So we are chasing this carrot, we're chasing this grass, but nobody actually can grab it and relish it. Even if you get it, it is like how the children, they chase these bubbles. They blow on it and so many bubbles. They run, mommy, look, I got it. And you say, let me see. It's nothing. So whatever we are working so hard for, draining our human life, trying to get something here, at the end, nothing. But whatever we are gathering by hearing Bhagavatam, by sincerely hearing the holy name, offering some seva, that is eternal benefit. No one can take that from you. Because it is spiritual. Matter must be used for the sake of the soul. Just like we're using the phone for the sake of our Krishna consciousness, we're using it for the sake of our job, which is to give us a lifestyle of Krishna consciousness. We have to be able to buy the best vegetables for Krishna, the best flowers, offer the best that we can. Therefore, our job is our service. Not the fruits for our enjoyment, but the fruit to be offered to Krishna. So this is the character of the Vaishnava. It is sublime, that he has no separate interest from Krishna. Therefore he is desireless. Being desireless, he is flawless like Brahman, Krishna says. Therefore here it is said that he is as good as Bhagavan himself. In fact, you will get more from the pure devotee than you will get from Bhagavan. Because he himself has set a system. Yasyat prasada, Bhagavan prasado, yasyat prasada, nagati kuto. Without pleasing my pure devotee, you cannot please me. And who is this pure devotee? Shaksha Dalitoina, Samasta Shastri, Uktastata Bhavita Evasa. It is said in all Shastras that the spiritual master, the pure Vahaminyam of Krishna, is the directly Hari. But what type of Hari? He is the supreme personality of Sevita Godhead. Balaram is God. He is not different from Krishna. The only difference is that Balaram is in the mood of seva. His seva bhav. Everything that he is doing as God, it is for the pleasure of Krishna. So therefore, guru, pure devotee, is in the mood of serving the Lord unalloyed, uninterrupted. Therefore, he is accessible to us because he walks around us. When Patibaruda was massaging, he couldn't get his darshan. Why? Gauranga said, I must nasi. You want to make a joke of my ashram? I must meet kings. Kings are known for being materialists. Everyone was saying, no. He is different. He is unalloyed bhakta. He is only interested in you. No. Until he was given, there is a way into the heart of Mahaprabhu. He recited this verse, that those who are reciting the glories, the katha, the Amrita katha of your activities, my dear Lord, they are giving the medicine to all those who are suffering in this material world. And these messages are even more powerful when they are transmitted by these devotees. And those who are transmitting these glories all over the world, they are the most merciful, most magnanimous. Buridajana. Mahaprabhu immediately embraced Patiparudra after hearing this verse. Because even the Lord relishes hearing about the glories of his devotee. Mahaprabhu said, I have 5 faces to have more ears when I hear the glories of my devotee. He himself glorified Haridas Thakur. It is his business to glorify his devotee. Therefore, Bhagavatam is saying, Bhakta Putyabhyadika. Worship of my devotee is more important than my personal worship. Therefore, Krishna says, those who say they are my devotees, they are not my devotees. I doubt. How did they just become my devotee? But those who say they are the devotees of my devotee, they are my actual devotees. This is his process. Das. So, by devotee, then we will get this Vasudev Katha. And when that Katha enters, it clears the hard drive, which is already full. Life after life, we've been hearing the promises of Maya Devi. She says, don't cry. If she beats you, when you cry, no, don't cry. I'm beating others much more severely than you. Look, you are better than those. And then we say, hi, Paul, how are you doing? I'm okay. It's all good. Everyone says, it's cool. No. Jiva is suffering in this material world. We are embarrassed by material nature. Disease, old age, bankruptcy. Sometimes they let you go in a job where you are enthusiastic to work hard, and they say, no, I think this month is the end. Contract finished. Material existence. We struggle. So if we confront honestly our struggle, then we must look for help. Where will we go? Where will we go? Where we will be comforted? We go to Krishna. And don't think when we are working for Krishna, there will be no problems. The problems in serving Krishna are meaningful problems. They are worthwhile problems. These we should welcome. That was the example of Queen Kunti. Is she crazy lady? She's been through too much. Then now she's offering crazy prayer. When everyone is praying that, my Lord, please give Janam, give good health. She is praying, my dear Lord, you give more calamities. let me see more problems. Because when we are struggling, we're having calamity, then we will have your Dasha association. Isn't it when you're sick, everything painful, the whole day, oh Krishna, Krishna, oh Krishna. When you are healthy, you have your own songs, whatever you are singing. We forget Krishna. Everything is going okay, oh I must relax. You see such nice house I have, nice TV, nice children, grandchildren, just sing. But when we are struggling, oh, we are humbled. Now we know how to cry, how to call out for help. So this is Krishna's mercy, Krishna's arrangement. We should welcome the challenges, the problems in bhakti, because they build up our conviction that no matter what happens, I will serve Krishna. And we see that Krishna, he leaves it for the last moment. He likes clean hands. Think about Krishna, how will you solve my problem? Just when you are giving up, Krishna will give some solution. And if he really favors you, that's special mercy. We want special things, but generally this special mercy, very few devotees want this special mercy. Krishna says, when I favor my devotee, then I activate my name of Hari, Tadanam Harisye. I take away everything from them. Because these things, they give false shelter to the devotee. My phone book, I have many connections. I know people in parliament, I know people here and there. I have my friends, I have my bank balance, I have my government, very good government in Singapore. They will protect me. Good hospitals. We feel secure in this world. But when Krishna takes away all access to money, which is sweeter than honey, then the government doesn't care for you. They won't give you medical help if you don't have money. Family, relatives, they think, he's useless now. Your opinions don't matter so much. Soon as you speak, they say, started again. When you have some money, everything you say matters. Even your jokes, they're all funny. Yes. You see rich people, there's always people just giggling around them. Because they want something. Krishna takes it away. Then the devotee feels nobody wants me, nobody cares for me. And then he remembers only Krishna is left. And then he can take shelter of Krishna. So we will do 108 for our class. We are at 106. So 2 minutes from my side. We summarize. And reading Srila Prabhupada's own words. Therefore, Tasmat, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service. So that is why Prabhupada Katha is also so wonderful. Because the pure devotee's life is all centered around Krishna. They are packed up together, intertwined. If you listen to Srila Prabhupada's classes, anytime Prabhupada is talking, it's about Krishna, Krishna, devotional service to Krishna, service to Krishna. He gives Krishna. He Krishnizes everyone. And so we must hear about him, just as Vidura is eager to hear about Swayambhuva Manu, because Swayambhuva Manu is directly linked to the service of the Supreme Lord. And of course, we will hear from his loving wife who came forth these different children. And we know one of the daughters, Devahuti, was given to Kadama Muni. And from them came Lord Kapila. Here we will also hear about the appearance of Lord Varaha, who appeared from the nostril of Brahma. What a powerful leader. Exciting, amazing stuff. God coming out of the nose. What type of God is this? Look like some hawk, but divine hawk. He's got a divine mission. And what he does beats 10,000 Hollywood films. But when the hijab is full of Hollywood, we think, appearance of Varaha, this is made up. Mythology. This is mythology, devotees. See all these men, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. There's even women now, right? It's all interesting. Wanda. So this is made up. And then when we fill our hearts with these false made up heroes, when the real hero, Supreme Lord, shows up, we doubt. We think yesterday had time to make up stories. No. They are the well-wishers of mankind. The Supreme Lord is Suridam Sarvabhutana. He has given this so that we can hear and we can benefit. Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Premanande Hare.
His Holiness Bhakti Sarvagya Gauranga Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada.
How you are all feeling after hearing from Maharaj? This is the actually quality as the pure devotee. He can attract everyone towards Krishna. So does anybody have any question, please? Everyone want to Maharaj? Some questions.
Some questions.
Anybody?
Can I ask a question? Hare Krishna Maharaj. Just want to ask, like when the dualities of life, they affect the chanting and the belief in Krishna. Doesn't it affects my chanting? How to beat that dualities?
It's like medicine, Mataji. Most medicines, they don't taste very good. The dualities are like the disease. We want steady, happy life, everything is nice. But then different reverses come. And then what happens is that they divert our mind to this problem that has come up. It's natural, like we have this body, and because we have the disease of the bodily concept, then our consciousness is always concerned with the body. But now spiritual life is concerned with me, the Atma. And the holy name is that which nourishes me. So it is always the best situation if we surround ourselves with devotees. Now the calamity or the dualities that I face, I am concerned with and I'm attached to that situation. Other devotees may not be directly affected. And if I'm in their association, then they are chanting without as much disturbance as me. I can take shelter of their being unaffected by my situation to do that which will actually help me in life. Now when we are by ourselves, the same affected mind, it's difficult to raise it to the right thing. Instead, the mind suggests some other solutions other than being absorbed in devotional service. So we need to take more shelter. Srila Prabhupada answered it. The devotee, so your mind is disturbed by some situation. It is like you have a pond of water. You throw some stone in there. So the nice, stable water is now disturbed. There may also be some dirt that comes up from the bottom of the pond. So Srila Prabhupada said, at that time, you come to the temple, you sit down, and you chant Hare Krishna. Don't act then trying to solve it. Chant the holy name, and then when this water stabilizes, then you can then you'll be better equipped to respond. But that reaction will generally happen when someone not as affected as ourselves will tell us, please chant. Srila Prabhupada is in Amsterdam. He's supposed to install the deity there. He gave instructions to his disciples. One of them was that they must bring some fruits. So as he's doing the yag, setting up this side, where is the fruit? Go get the fruit. The devotee goes there. What are the devotees doing? They are making fruit salad from the yagya fruits. They brought fruit salad. Prabhupada is getting angry. There's journalists, they are filming. Prabhupada is visibly angry, trying to direct them. So one new person saw that Prabhupada is angry. He told Swamiji, you look disturbed and angry, why don't you chant Hare Krishna? And Prabhupada put his hand in his big bag and started to chant Hare Krishna. So in the Acharya, he knows what is the solution when there's agitation. Of course, his anger is 7% for Krishna's service that's not going properly. So his anger is actually Krishna consciousness. But our disturbance and our anger is generally towards our material attachment.